What's up, MzeroA Nation? It's Coach Ray, Levi. Today's video, we're going to teach you how to taxi safer. So welcome into the flight deck of the Cirrus G7. We're here at Georgetown Airport today, and we're actually flying up to McKinney, which is northeast of Dallas, for a Cirrus event. But I'm using the time to record a video that we needed to record for MzeroA, and that's how to taxi safely within the airport environment, because I think that's something that's not talked about often is the ground operations.
Right.
And right now, I'm sure you guys can see with this camera, we are on a taxiway, so to speak, or non-movement area, but we're between these rows of hangars. So kids can run out, an adult can run out, there could be cars parked, somebody can open a hangar. There's just a lot that can happen. So the first tip is heads up, right? Get rid of distractions. So your iPad, your iPhone, whatever, stuff like that, socialization with passengers, like it becomes a sterile cockpit. Correct, because something jumps out that you're not expecting if your head's down, right?
Yeah, that prop is spinning.
That prop is spinning, and once this prop turns on, the vigilance you should have should just be expedited. Your thoughts on that?
Especially here, like you said, I've seen several times, you know, I even drive on that road because it's a road and a taxiway, which is, you know, could be a little bit sketchy sometimes, but like you said, you just have to be vigilant.
Right, and we're going to taxi slow. There's no need to taxi fast, especially between these hangars. It's knowing your airplane too, how much clearance you have with the wings and everything.
And like you said earlier, this taxiway environment over here is not controlled. So, you know, once you start coming in here, it's free game at that point.
Right, and I've seen service trucks coming through here.
Fuel trucks, everything.
Fuel trucks. I've seen just regular trucks coming through here, right? Pedestrian traffic, and they're not looking. They're concerned about getting somewhere. We're all human, right? We all make mistakes. We're not perfect, but they just zip through here, and if you're not looking, like that's just a recipe for, you know,
disaster.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing, and I'll let you talk about this, that I think is important for taxi operations is airport signage.
Right. So right now there's not any signs over here because it's, you know, it's uncontrolled. But as we go out, you'll start seeing signs, and you got to make sure that you're where you want to be, where you're supposed to be, importantly, and where you're going. So definitely have a good knowledge of whatever airport you're at. To be able to see the signs and know what it's telling you.
Yeah, and that goes back to our pre-flight planning, right? If I'm even Georgetown, my home airport, I still look, I still listen, right? I don't want to have that expectational bias that I'm always going to get this taxi route.
Right, and these taxiways changed.
They do.
The taxiway that we're going out onto, it used to be Alpha 1, now it's Hotel. So definitely want to make sure you have current.
Right, and the taxiway that's close to the runway, paralleling it is Alpha. So it can be confusing. And the flight we're taking today, like I said, up to McKinney, I've never flown to McKinney. I know Levi has, but I haven't. So last night I was on Google Earth looking at the airport, looking at the sectional, looking at the chart, and figuring out, like, okay, it's going to be a south wind tomorrow. We're going to land 18. There's taxiway Bravo, Bravo 2, Bravo 3.
Yeah.
If my landing is good, we're probably going to get off at Bravo 3. And then what is my taxi route going to be to the FBO? I think that's very, very important to know ahead of time.
Yep.
And
then, like, for instance, I was in Memphis yesterday, and lots of taxiways.
Yeah.
So, you know, on my way over there, I briefed it again. Right before, you know, we were coming into land, just so that I know, all right, what can I expect? And also, you know, when you're going into a big airport like that that has several runways, I was planning on landing 27, ended up having to land 18 center. So that changed up my whole game plan. So last minute, I had to brief it again
Right.
to see what my taxi route would be now. So, yeah.
And I think that's why it's important when you're in cruise flight, the sooner you can get a clearance, the sooner that gives you more time back to get ahead of the plane, like, okay, I'm going to be landing this runway, etc., like you were talking about. So that's important as well. And then the third tip, and I'm going to kind of combine this, but obviously it's watching out for other aircraft. That's a big one, especially once we get out on these active taxiways, just being alert, like common sense, being alert, looking around, looking for aircraft and everything. I don't know if this camera's going to catch it. I'm actually going to turn it, but I'm hoping it'll catch it. But right now there is a ground crew that's on a tractor.
He's waiting on us.
And he's kind of waiting on us. And so, but that's just, you know, if I would have had my head down, I might not have seen that. And so, you know, a good example of something to be aware of. But the final tip I have is crosswind correction while you're taxiing, right? You need to know where the winds are coming from and what that cross correction is going to be. And also, the winds are going to change as you move about on the airport environment. So you might be taxiing with a crosswind to the headwind, and then it changes. And we can see this guy coming now. So he's giving us a wave. That actually worked out perfect. So for the video. So there you go. We're holding short for a tractor. He's probably going to tow your Vision jet somewhere. But yeah, crosswind correction is extremely important. Knowing where the wind is, proper crosswind correction for a tailwind, a headwind, and something else is, I experienced this, but taxiing behind another plane, especially a big one, like a Vision jet, a Citation, a King Air, which I experienced the King Air here.
You get a decent amount of blast.
Right, a lot of thrust. I experienced it here on a taxiway. They were doing an engine run-up performance test. I didn't think anything about it. I taxied right behind him, and we were probably, I don't know, 20 feet from him. And it picked up the wing of this Cirrus, and it scared the living hell out of me. But now, anytime I taxi behind a plane, the cross correction comes in. And so, I mean, how does that, I mean, what are some tips that you have for like the Vision jet or the busy airports taxi?
Yeah, so, you know, definitely paying attention to what the winds are. So as soon as you get your ATIS, you're going to know, all right, where the winds are going to be coming from and how strong they're going to be. You know, in smaller aircraft, it's definitely need to have your corrections in there.
Absolutely.
Because a slight wind could pick the wing up, you know. So definitely need to know what the winds are that day for whatever phase of flight and stuff like that. But yeah.
Awesome. Well, guys, I know it was a little short video, but I think it was an important one. So what are some of your taxi tips? What are some things that you've learned? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching the video, guys. If you're looking for a ground school and you're ready to start your aviation journey, head over to MzeroA.com/trial. I always say backslash, but it's a /trial, and you can do a 2-week free membership at MzeroA and start that flight journey. So thanks for watching, guys. Have an awesome day. And remember, a good pilot is always learning. We'll see ya.